feeling like I'm Akademiks.
Just real quick and get an update on what's going on with the Yella Beezy case. So Yella Beezy is in court for the murder of MO3. He's accused of orchestrating it, and it's a murder for hire. His trial has kind of just started, and I want to give you the current update on what the hell is going on. It hasn't received all the attention that some people feel it should, but it's important that you guys understand what's going on. Here we go.
To allow some rap lyrics to be used in a murder for hire trial.
The case concerns the 2020 murder of Melvin Noble, a rapper who went by the name Mo3. Fox 4's Stephen Dial has the update.
This was a big part of the prosecution's strategy, trying to use rapper Yella Beezy's rap lyrics against him. Yella Beezy, whose legal name is Marquise Conway, is accused of hiring a hitman to kill Mo3, his rap rival. The judge's order today is somewhat of a blow to the prosecution's strategy. She's allowing 2 songs by Conway and 1 song from Mo3 to be played in court. The songs seemingly speak to the feud between the rappers, but the judge did not allow key prosecution songs that talked about bounty or celebrating the murder. The judge is also not allowing the Instagram live video that Yella Beezy was in the day of the murder. Prosecutors argued the lyrics in songs and say that they explain the motive behind the killing. The defense argued that the rappers are playing a character similar to professional wrestlers, and that the lyrics should not be taken as fact.
But the songs that the state has selected do not contain all.
Oh, wow. Oh, great. Oh, wait. This is a district attorney? Why does it look like A$AP Rocky's lawyer, Joe Tacopino?
In fact, they are braggadocious about criminal activity, but the criminal activity mentioned is directly on point to the charged offense. They talk directly about
This is the prosecutor, by the way.
Bounties for reprisal. They talk about the murder, and they talk about the feud.
Rappers make songs about putting hits on each other. They make songs about bounties. Again, it goes to the edginess and, in some people's opinions, the crassness and distastefulness of the music. But it's not evidence that Mr. Conway is making some sort of admission to committing the crime.
We also got the prosecution's witness list. On the list is Dallas rapper Trap Boy Freddy, who has songs with Yella Beezy. He has not been charged in this case. One of the songs that the judge is allowing the prosecution to use, they cannot play the part where Trap Boy Freddy is speaking.
Okay. All right. So, by the way, it's a lot that is going on with this case. I did want to Rainwater is going to be a part of this as well. I do want to give you like a little bit of summary of what the fuck is going on. Here we go. Let me see.
That shit's in MO3, and I can do that anytime.
Let me just play a little bit of what's going on if you guys don't know. Because Yella Beezy, essentially the killer who got caught, admitted that he was supposed to be paid by Yella Beezy. That's one of the reasons he's been charged. Here's the thing. It doesn't seem currently that there is any dead to rights like text messages, video, audio recording that has it where he says, yo, go kill that nigga, I'm gonna pay you this. Which means it relies on the testimony of a killer, but a killer is basically who's already convicted. He has all the incentive to lie to try to get some leniency, you know? Let's listen to
Yella Beezy's lawyer just shook up everybody because we ain't doing what we supposed to be doing, meaning going to court, because he did something interesting, and I'm gonna explain to you why in just a moment. State of Texas versus Yella Beezy, Friday, July 24th hearing has been removed from the Dallas County Clerk calendar as the courthouse continues to await Judge Chica's ruling on songs being entered for jury testimony and trial. Yella Beezy's attorney, Toby Shook, filed subpoena on Tuesday, July 21st for Detective Eric Barnes' investigative files and communications, including witness records and correspondence with Mo3's manager Benjamin Rainwater. Ahead of Yella Beezy's capital murder trial, subpoena records deadline is set for August 7, 2026, according to Dallas County Clerk. The subpoena separately demands all communications and records involving Detective Eric Barnes and Benjamin Rainwater, including reports, memoranda, text messages, recordings, and emails. Rainwater's comments and interviews were referenced multiple times in the testimonies of Dr. Eric Nielsen and Detective Barnes last week. A pretrial hearing is set for August 21st, with jury set for August 24th, with Judge Chika presiding. Whoa! That's that QR code, man. Y'all know what that is, man. They said no more 5. Nah, double that, double.
You think about a lot of stuff in life. You get what I'm saying? I think about stuff that I don't even need to be thinking about. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, it passed my mind a lot of times, you know. When you got people trying to target you.
Now, remember, the judges, it just allowed rap lyrics. And I usually think when it comes to murder for hire, if, when they have really weak evidence and they got to rely on rap lyrics to try to contextualize what's being said or done or who had motive to go kill who. Remember, the only cooperant they have is the guy who did the killing. Okay?
Some breaking news just happened where I ain't gonna lie, this shit could get real tricky, real weird, because we don't know, but what we do know is somebody saw something. As y'all can see right here, the state of Texas is basically saying that for the prosecution of Yella Beezy, they're looking for Mr. Timothy Glenn, the head security for the Valorian Hotel located in Los Angeles County in the state of California. And he's basically a material witness, and he's necessary. Specifically, Mr. Glenn previously provided the state with records pertaining to the defendant and his co-defendants. Oh, that's not good. Additionally, he has knowledge of the systems at the hotel. Finally, Mr. Glenn worked for the hotel during the relevant time period and can answer any questions as to what the records represent, what happened during the defendant's stay at the then Mondorian Hotel, which is now the Valorian Hotel. They go on to say, hey, we're going to request him, and Mr. Glenn...
I'm trying to give you a little bit of a... Does anyone ever... Someone said, why? We know why they weren't seen eye to eye. We want to know, what do they have on Yella Beezy? What does he really have to worry about? Okay, let's play this.
Prosecutors say it wasn't just a rap beef. They say it was the result of a years-long feud between MO3’s Conway, better known as Yella Beezy, and Melvin Noble, who performed as MO3, that escalated from public insults to shootings to social media attacks and ultimately to MO3’s killing. Dallas homicide detective Eric Barnes spent hours walking the judge through what prosecutors say was a trail of songs, interviews, music videos, and Instagram live posts documenting that rivalry. Barnes testified the conflict began in 2017 after a friend of MO3's publicly questioned whether Conway was really from Dallas. Investigators say the feud intensified through assaults, shootings, and increasingly personal exchanges between the two rappers. In 2018, Conway himself survived a drive-by shooting in Louisville. Prosecutors contend that online feud eventually spilled into real life, culminating in the murder-for-hire plot they say ended with MO3's death. Barnes testified the music became increasingly important because witnesses weren't cooperating with investigators.
That's what we're looking to get out of interrogation. We want a first-person narration. In this investigation, because of the keep it in the street motto, we weren't able to get that in an interrogation room. We had to go to YouTube to get it. We had to go to social media to get it.
They said they had to go to YouTube? Oh, wow. I think these prosecutors are really watching these YouTubers to figure shit out and get new leads.
Weren't willing to speak and cooperate with law enforcement so this crime could be solved. Instead, it was monetized through songs and carried out further and inflamed through music and social media posts.
Defense attorneys argue rap music is artistic expression, not evidence of a crime, and warn jurors could mistake fictional lyrics for real life. The judge has not yet ruled whether the...
So she ruled that, within certain limits, certain songs could be used. Interesting. By the way, the guy who did the shooting, he appeared. He's going to be snitching.
Dallas rapper
Watch this.
Yella Beezy and his two co-defendants in a murder-for-hire case are set to stand trial August 24th. His real name is MO3’s Conway. Prosecutors say he paid a hitman to gun down his rap rival on 35 in Dallas, November of 2020. And a debate in the case is whether rap lyrics can be used as evidence. Fox 4's Lori Brown live with the story. Lori.
Heather, today, attorneys for the accused hitmen and prosecutors argued if the gunman should stand trial first or the rapper accused of hiring him. Here is the backstory. Dallas rapper Yella Beezy, whose real name is MO3’s Conway, is accused of hiring Kiwan Dontrell White to shoot his rap rival, MO3, whose real name is Melvin Noble. Prosecutors say the two rappers had a long-standing feud that Conway also wrote about in his lyrics. White, the alleged hitman, was arrested in December 2020 and is serving an 8-year, 9-month federal prison sentence on firearm charges related to the incident. The judge ruled today that White will still stand trial first, but his defense attorneys argued the man accused of hiring him should be the first on trial.
Mr. Conway's attorneys have absolutely no duty to disclose anything to the state about what their defense is or anything to any of the other co-defendant attorneys about what their defense may be. And it may be that the only way that we can discover that there is some alternative theory, that there is some other evidence that exists.
So essentially, they want the guy who did the shooting to do trial before Yella Beezy does trial, because they're saying, you guys, we don't know if this was a murder for hire. What we do know is that it was a murder. So why shouldn't the murderer or the potential murderer have trial first, that if there's anything that goes to, either a conviction or anything that could help, you guys could use it to either convict. You could use it to convict Yella Beezy, or we could use it to exonerate him. So they want the shooter to go first in terms of trial.
That would benefit our client in his defense is through that trial. Is through Mr. Conway's trial.
We are asking the court to do what's right, not only by the criminal justice system, but by the family, and let this community hear this case of the man who is alleged of shooting and killing Melvin Noble on I-35 and is also charged with aggravated assault for shooting a neurosurgeon in the head that day on the freeway.
White's attorney argued that there could be bank statements and other financial records that could come out at Conway's trial, and not knowing about those documents puts their client at a disadvantage. Prosecutors argued that with White in custody since 2020, his counsel has had plenty of time to seek out those documents on their own. The judge plans to make a decision about whether or not rap lyrics are admissible at a later time. The judge asked attorneys to make sure that all three defendants are ready to stand trial August 24th in case a plea deal ends up changing the schedule. Heather.
Okay. So we get to find out. This is going to be interesting. I actually believe, hold on, let me play this.
A Dallas judge is now weighing whether jurors in the upcoming capital murder trial of Dallas rapper Yella Beezy will hear rap lyrics, see social media posts, and hear about evidence tied to a years-long feud with fellow rapper Mo3. Attorneys squared off in court today over whether that evidence shows motive or unfairly criminalizes artistic expression. Senior investigative reporter Tanya Eiserer was there.
MO3’s Conway, who performs as Yella Beezy, was in...
Okay. So you guys are kind of getting this angle of, the prosecutors feel they need lyrics to kind of help explain the beef. I don't know what they have in terms of, other than the shooter saying, this guy paid me. Maybe they have some transactions. Maybe they have a wire. Even though if you ordered someone dead and you paid for it with a wire, you're probably an idiot. But it appears that they need they need more info, and they're trying to get that info from rap lyrics to make the inference, okay? All right. Oh, good. Let's get to this why